It's week 5 of fantasy football, and you're watching The Couch. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump right into the waiver wire pickups for week 5. I'm not going to talk about every single guy because we got a long list of waiver wire pickups this week. Owen Daniels, he is a tight end that should be owned in every single league, and it's somewhat of a shock that he's not. His teammate James Casey is a good pickup at tight end if you're in a deep league about 16-man format. James Fasano, I predict he'll have a good week 5 and maybe even a good week 6. And he's a good bye week fill-in or a pickup in deep leagues. Brian Hartline, I strongly think he'll have another good game week 5 when he faces the Bengals. Andre Roberts, now he's a hit and miss type of wide receiver, but I predict he'll have a really good game week 6 against Buffalo, and he'll be a decent bye week fill-in for week 5 when he faces the Rams. Davone Bess, he's okay in PPR leagues. I would not pick him up in non-PPR. If you really need a running back, Battle is good as he faces the Saints, and they have a terrible run defense. Bolden, the running back on the Patriots. Now, he won't have a good week for week 5 and 6, but if you can pick him up now and stash him on your bench, after week 6, it's smooth sailing, and I think he'll put up a decent amount of points if you're in a deep league or if you really need a running back. James Jones, this guy may be my favorite waiver wire pickup this week. If Greg Jennings is out, look for him to put up big numbers. Let's see what questions we have on Twitter this week. I'm thinking of trading Peyton Manning. Same bye week as Matt Ryan. I never did a trade. What can I get for him? AJ Green? Now, you probably won't be able to get AJ Green. So the first thing you want to do in this situation is when you propose a trade to somebody, make sure he's in need of a quarterback. Maybe he has a good quarterback on bye and his backup is terrible. Or maybe he only has one quarterback. So that's a good situation right there. Now, I'd aim just a little bit lower than AJ Green. There's no harm in sending the trade, just know 99% chance it's going to get declined. I would aim a little bit lower like someone like Brandon Lloyd or Demaryius Thomas. So you might want to do that. Let's let Michael Morris talk a little bit more about trades.
There are 3 golden rules when it comes to trades in fantasy football. Here they are. Rule number 1, if you're looking to trade someone, make sure that it's at their highest point. You want to sell high. An example of that would be Brian Hartline, who had over 200 yards this last week, 12 catches, a touchdown against Arizona. If I had him right now, I would trade him. Rule number 2, be careful when you make a trade that involves an unequal amount of players. Make sure that there is somebody on your bench worthy of a drop. You don't want to have a 2-for-1, 2-for-3 trade and have somebody that's on your bench that you can't get rid of. Rule number 3, put yourself in position of the guy you're offering the trade to. Nobody likes the guy that offers a backup running back for a top 5 wideout. I made 2 deals recently in some of my leagues, both of which I'll talk about in this week's Couch Potato article on fantasycouch.com. Make sure to check it out.
Now on to our rotono.com question of the week. Okay, we have a week 5 stardom sit-in question. This guy's asking which 2 out of 3 to start. The choices are CJ Spiller, Jaquiz Rodgers, and Bilal Powell. This is a 12-team PPR league. Wow, those 3 choices are pretty terrible. But what you want to do is sit Bilal Powell against the Niners and hope CJ Spiller catches a few balls. It's PPR, and maybe he gets a 20-30 yard gain on one of those receptions. Alright, you guys, that's all the time we have for this video. I'll check you guys out next week.